Grand rising, everyone. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Thunder Mountain. Sedona has been purified through a snowfall, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm glad it only lasts a day here when it does snow. I feel like the snowfall has come at like the most perfect time. Because it just reminds us of our purity and the essence of what it means to be pure. And the snow comes to cleanse the land, to cleanse all of us, because there is such, you know that when the snow falls, you know why the land is quieter? Because of the I forgot, the molecules, whatever, that the wetness of the snow, something about what it's made of, molecules, all that kind of stuff. I'm not a scientist, but I heard that it quiets the land, it quiets the space and the air, and that's why the noise goes down when the snow is falling or when it has landed. And it's almost like quieting the mind. When we go into a meditation and we sit there going inwards, connecting with God, presence, and we take our deep breaths and we get that DMT release, and we're reminded that all that chitter chatter and all the bickering and all the loudness of our emotions and our egos. Not that emotions are wrong. It's okay to be emotional. Because emotions are part of who we are. We're human. And so the snow reminds us to be still, to quiet the mind, quiet the loudness of the chaos that happens when our egos are talking very loud. But you know, something I also came to conclusion with, when we are emotional and we're wanting to speak our truth, it could be the ego, yes, but I also believe it could be the higher self trying to shed light on things that we still need to work on. And everyone is working on something. And it's everyone's choice to recognize the things that they want to heal or not. And if someone is choosing to ignore something that is speaking loudly, that's on them. That's their path. They're choosing to delay the healing. But when we go inwards and look at our actions, and we're able to forgive ourselves and others, and we hold space for people, hold space for yourself. Be gentle. Like, There's no reason to just like, okay, I had an outburst. You're not going to just, it's not okay to sit there and judge yourself for having an outburst. What is okay is to go within, to quiet the mind, listen with your heart. Why did you have the outburst? Why do you become so fixated on other people's issues? That's something we all need to ask ourselves, right? Why do we become so fixated on other people's issues? The only reason is because we're ignoring something deep within. And this is something that I realized a week ago. My dear sister, friend, Rhetoric, she showed me, well, my guides also who came, my guides that came true also showed me a lot of truth. And, you know, a lot of times in the heat of a moment, we say things we realize we probably shouldn't have said. But you know what? You said it. Okay? You said it. And you said it for a reason. And it's not bad, and it's not good, or like it's not bad. Or here's the thing, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. Okay, so it was said. Okay, so you had your emotional outburst. But are you willing to look at the lesson behind it? Whew, the snow is falling off the tree. It's every once in a while. Whew, the snow will just crumble off the tree. And it's almost like spirit, after I say something, and it's almost like spirit confirming what I'm saying. It's absolutely great. So I guess, what do we do when we want to purify our past actions? What do we do? I love how the sun is just, ooh, all the colors. Someone I know keeps telling me, let it go, let it go. And it's not easy to let something go that is personal. You need to sit with it sometimes. You need to sit with it. You need to feel it. You need to go within and see the lesson within. You know? And there could be layers to it. Maybe you need a week to like fully process the layers of everything. And, you know, when we become so fixated on an issue, especially when it's with someone else, and you're pestering someone to do something, you need to do this, you should do this, and it's like, I'm listening, you know, and you're listening to your higher self, you're listening to the guidance through sessions or readings that you have done. I'm gonna sneeze. And if someone is constantly pestering you about what to do, it's because they're fixated on you, because they're ignoring something within them that they don't want to feel. They're masking something. And we've all done this. We've all done it. We fixate on someone else when we're struggling with something within us. I've done it. And, you know, You have to set up boundaries for yourself. And tell people what you're going to allow in your space, what you're not going to allow in your space. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if someone has a different opinion about what you want to allow and what you don't want to allow, then you're not aligned. And that's it. You're not aligned. That's it. Plain and simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. One person is not right over the other person. Everyone is in their own right for how they feel, what they think. It's based on their own perception, their own experiences. But what's important is that we all come back to the purity of God within us, recognizing one another's purity, recognizing one another's God with God as essence within them. That's what's most important. You may disagree with people, even in a spiritual community, but it's important for us to recognize each other, that we're all connected, we're all one. Gotta get into the light here. We're all connected, we're all one. God loves each and every one of us the same. There's no difference. And I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks with some very close people. A lot of shadow work is being done right now. And it's important not to push people beyond what they're ready to deal with, you know? If they're not ready to really go within, then you need to take a step back and be like, you know what, I love you, but I'm putting up a boundary because you're not recognizing what you need to work on. I'm going to go and sit with myself and be quiet. Quiet, the snowfall, the quiet of the snow. What you do when no one is watching and it's between you and God, that's your business. It's no one else's business. No one needs to know what you do in your personal time. Your conversations with God are yours, no one else's. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. Another thing with this whole spiritual ascension, it's not about leveling up and, you know, like, oh, I got this done and I'm here and I'm at this level and blah, blah, blah. No, because we're all at different levels. But you know what? We're all going to ascend because our heart is in the right place. It's not about who's at what level and who isn't doing what and who is doing what. And, you know, it's all about, what are you recognizing in one another? What are you recognizing in yourself? Are you recognizing their divine essence, their beauty within, their gifts, their talents? What are you recognizing? What are you focusing on? When you focus on the beauty of yourself, you don't become so fixated on the messiness of others. And sometimes messy is beautiful, because in the mess, I don't know, in the mess, what happens? The mess allows us to recognize things that need order, things that need to be cleaned and cleansed and ordered. There's nothing wrong with shedding light on a mess. When our moms would tell us, go clean your room. It's a mess. It's been a mess for a month. You need to go clean your room. And then we dread it. We dread it. We're like, oh, I don't want to clean my room. Oh, because it's so messy, and I just let it build up, and I let it build up and build up. We just avoid it. And when we avoid it, it just becomes a pile of uncomfortableness. Not just for you, but for everyone around you and in that house. It starts to stink. And it starts to like affect everyone. What's your mess? Are you willing to love your mess enough to clean it up? To go into your room and clean up the mess? The other night I was in the steam room at the gym, and I was like, you know what? I need to feel what's going on. All the pain that I was feeling the last couple of weeks, I was like, God, I just need to feel it. So I went in the steam room, and nobody pays attention to you in the steam room because, you know, you're half naked, you're in there, or you are completely naked, but, you know, and you're just, no, you're sitting there and it's quiet, and then the energy of the steam and the water intensifies the emotions, right? Because it's intensifying the energy that's in that space. And then it's like, it's just like, whoa, you can't avoid it. So I sat with it, and I felt it all, and I cried. I felt it. I recognized it. And what did I do in that moment? I told myself, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. There's nothing wrong with you. I love you. You're okay. And you know what? It's okay to let go. Because we have awareness now. We are aware. And we're safe in that awareness. And we have people around you that love you and support you in your mess. You surround yourself with conscious people who love God and love themselves. They are going to support you in your mess. I've testified to this, and it's so beautiful. That's why I moved here to Sedona, so that I could be surrounded by my soul family that is going to hold me in my mess and love me when I realize that I need more work. And that doesn't make me weak, by the way. Oh, a skunk. Oh, that's okay. I gotta go to the car. I'm smelling a skunk. Wow. So that is the skunk. Oh my gosh. So, what was it? Oh, a couple days ago, day or so ago, I was watching an oracle reading. She's this Swedish girl that does oracle readings on YouTube. And, oh no, it wasn't her. It was somebody else. Meg from Jean-Claude, that trio. Okay. And Janine, Meg, and Jean-Claude. Anyways, she was talking about the skunk healer. She said, I keep getting the smell of a skunk, which is weird, and she was explaining exactly the energies that a lot of us are feeling right now. And, oh wow, there's fires going off over there in the distance. What? Or they're low clouds, I don't know. Anyway. And then she said, the skunk healer is an alchemist. And they will come into a space and with their powerful energy and make everyone around them feel uncomfortable. But not because she has some demeaning agenda. It's because, like, a skunk, it's just a skunk. It's who they are. Like, they're just, I'm walking in my skunkness, being who I am. You know how a skunk, like, walks? They kind of strut a little bit. And they're just like, I'm a skunk. And you know what? I'm going to make a stink. Because that's who I am. But anyway, so the skunk healer, all they need to do is walk into a space and be in their skunkness. And once they are fully embracing who they are, and those that they're going to smell the skunk and they're going to go, oh my God, I don't want to be by the skunk. Because it's uncomfortable. It's like when some people do have allergies to sage. Okay, so it's not always, a energy reaction. But when you blow sage into a room and the people just scatter because, oh my God, sage. There's something within them that's triggering them because there's probably an entity attachment or something. And so when there's skunk energy, they're gonna scatter. But the skunk is just being who they are. And you can't say, oh, you're a skunk, how dare you? You're doing your skunk stinkiness, but that's who they are, And that doesn't mean that what they're doing is bad. It means that they're an alchemist. They're transforming the energy in the space. And sometimes it can be very uncomfortable. It can be very uncomfortable, and then people have to, and if you can't escape that space, it's like, oh my God, you just you're either gonna get mad, or you're gonna shoot the skunk, or you're gonna cover your nose and just pretend it's not there. But eventually it's gonna get to you, and eventually you're gonna have to sit with it and feel it and smell it. That's the beautiful thing about an alchemist. We are all powerful beings. My human design is a manifester. What does a manifester do? A manifester pushes things to happen with intent. And with that intent and strong will and creation, the manifester can change the energy in a space, can change the reality. Can shift. A manifester can shift the reality like very easily with their words and their feelings and their emotions. So that's, but at the same time, emotions have a purpose. And the wild woman rising. Ooh. What is the essence of the wild woman rising? I work with a room full of men. Well, we have one female. We have a new female, which I'm absolutely excited about because it's nice not being the only feminine in this very masculine space. And the wild woman rising, she is secure in her emotions. She doesn't judge herself for being emotional. She realizes that her emotions have power. That her emotions are nothing to be ashamed of. Because those emotions come from the womb of her essence. And they're able to shift the energies. There is power with the wild woman and her emotion and her vulnerability. Because that forces the masculine to calm down the ego or shed light on the ego. And it's very uncomfortable because they've been programmed. Many masculines have been programmed that they need to tell the woman what to do. They need to tell the woman to calm down. That's one thing that irks me is when a man says calm down. You don't tell a woman to calm down. When she's in her emotions and she's in her righteousness and in her power and standing up for herself, you don't tell her to calm down, because that's very demeaning, by the way. Here I am. I'm getting in my emotions. Oh no. Anyway, it's very demeaning to tell a woman to calm down. Why? Because you're telling her to stop being her authentic self. You're telling her to stop with her feelings that are part of who she is. For 10 years, I dated a narcissist sociopath. That was one of the things he would say to me. Calm down. You're overreacting. When I would stand up for myself, when I would say, this isn't right, I don't feel right, this is not okay that you're treating me like this. He loved to create chaos, by the way, between me and other women that he would entertain and bring around, and then make me feel like shit. And then belittle me and demean me, and then say that, I was I needed to calm down. But anyway, I am a wild woman rising, and I am not ashamed of my emotions. I'm not ashamed of my power. I'm not ashamed of who I am anymore. And you know, I'm done with everybody's judgments. I don't care. They can have their opinions. We all have opinions, right? But that doesn't mean that we have to take someone else's opinion as our own truth. If it doesn't align with you, then don't take it. Say, you know, I love you and respect you. I thank you for your opinion. Above all, you need to listen to your higher self and your higher heart above anyone else. Above anyone else. But make sure it's not the ego. And it's your higher self. Speaking in love and righteousness and purity and sovereignty. Okay, I love you all, and I'm going to have a beautiful day in the snow. Yay! It's going to be gone by the end of the day because we are having a very sunny day today, and it's going to get to high of 50. So it's not going to last long. So that's why I'm out here enjoying it. I'm going to go take a look at another area that is absolutely beautiful. There's a park over here. I'm sure the kids are going to be making snowmen soon. It's a Saturday, so the kids are going to be out playing in the snow, which I love watching, by the way. Anyways, peace. I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend.